Hello and greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are around the globe. My name is Augustine, and today I'm here to give us another broadcast. If you're just tuning into my broadcast for the very first time, I would appreciate it if you can click on the notification bell if you haven't yet done so. And you should also click on the subscription button so that anytime I'm live, you can get the notification. You should also give me a thumbs up. You see, in our Kringle Private Society, we are building a system based on the principle of love and respect. We are building a system that is built on trust and integrity. You see, our community is like a family. And when you are in a family, you know the character of your elder brother. You know the character of your younger brother. You know the character of your parents. You know the character of your extended relatives. Now, that's how we used to relate during the times of old, where families come together and they interact with each other. It's one lovely family that, come together and they flow. You know that some people are given to weakness in character. They have quick, they are quick tempered, and you are careful not to offend such people. Now, the bottom line I'm driving at is that in this Kringle private society, your characters are being seen every day. And the unfortunate thing, and at the same time, the fortunate thing, if you are an individual, as a human being, your character will continue to act like smoke. You can't hold smoke. When something is burning, you will perceive what is burning. That's how everyone's character is. Now, if you are moving in this community, you have to be aware of the kind of character you put up. If you put up the wrong character and people begin to see you as a very desperate kind of person, it's unfortunate aware of that kind of attitude you play out. And they will work with you with carefulness so that you don't trod or trample on them. Today, the title of my broadcast is Some Things to Take Note of as you join Life Force, that is, as a member within the Kringle Private Society. I also want to please categorically state that as long as it has to do with the perimeters of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, let me repeat myself, please, for clarity's sake. As long as it has to do with the perimeters of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, associating with Life Force, you have to go through me. I am the one that will take my time to x-ray you and certify that you are most qualified for any position that you are going to fill out in Life Force. Now, it's an offer and it's an opportunity that is open to everybody. It's not something that a certain sect of people will enjoy this opportunity. It is actually something that is open for all. And there are criteria that has been set forth. If you are able to meet up on those criteria, you fly. At this point, I was doing it myself alone. Okay. And then after a while, I found out that the responsibility was now too much. I couldn't handle it all alone. So as I speak to you now, I have leveraged on some other people. Responsibilities has been passed on to some other people. As I speak now, if you're interested in coming into Life Force as a member in the Kringle Private Society, you have to go through your presiding officer. Of course, your presiding officer are the people that has been selected by the administration of the Kringle Private Society based on the principle called meritocracy. Meritocracy simply means those that has built the system to a point where you are making returns from the system. I mean, it's a self-sustaining system. So those of us who has been able to dedicate ourselves to growing the system, making Bitcoin bounty, the administration always says that you want to handle a project worth $10 million and you are not able to build on the principle of Bitcoin bounty, which is the simplest basic block of business in the Kringle society. if you're not able to educate people about how we are going to change the world for good, if you're not able to educate people on what they need to know as they build into this position, if you're not able to teach people what and what they should do so that they will become a millionaire or a billionaire as we build our membership base into 1 billion, if you're not able to open your mouth and tell people that this and that are the things you should know in the Kringle society, are you thinking that you are going to be able to manage a project worth 10 million? If you're not able to build teams, formidable teams, and hold those teams together in love and respect, do you think you can be able to manage an employee or a staff of at least 10, 20, 30? I don't think so. That's why the Bitcoin bounty system is there, so that you can learn the basic principles and then from there you will grow. That's as simple as that. It was what was put out there by the administration. And I think that's a very reasonable idea. If you are in this community and you're not able to build Bitcoin bounty, or you still have doubts, the administration says that every limitation is self-imposed. The question I ask, are you limiting yourself? Or you're saying it's so difficult? Well, you have to raise your frequency. Whether you say you can do it or you can't do it is purely up to you. You are the one that have said it. And whatever thing that you think, it becomes your own reality. As I'm speaking to you now, the Continental Coordinator for Africa in the name of Adebanjo is actually the one coordinating the whole of Nigeria and the whole of Africa. In fact, he's not just coordinating for Africa, he's coordinating for the whole of Africa and the whole of India. Now, I'm going to share my screen and then show you some things that is very clear that what I'm saying is true. Before now, it was unofficial, but it's now official. Kelly has approved him as the person that is now the liaison officer in charge for Africa. And not just Africa, Africa and India. That's how sensitive the position is. And he's building with the best. He's building with those he can trust. He's building in love and in respect. And in my opinion, that's a good one. There are a whole lot of people that are there, and all they just want to do is enjoy and take advantage of any opportunity they have. Understand that life force is not built on what do I have to gain. Life force is built on trust. Life force is built on integrity. There are so many people out there that friends. All they just want to do is let me have my own share. Let me have my own courts. So many people out there, they want positions. They come to me. They ask me, how far, what position can I be in? I want you to understand that positions are given to you by God. If you have been predestined to be anything in life, you don't need to struggle too hard for it. You should just pay attention to do the responsibility that has been handed over to you. Do it and do it very well. And forget about taking this position or that position. The question I will ask, as I am, do you think that I planned that at some point I'm going to coordinate for Nigeria? I never thought it. I never planned it. It was never in my budget. It was never in my goal. I didn't work it out. It came to me because it was predestined. And that's how God plans life for people. And as long as it remains that way, my responsibility is to make sure that every Nigerian follows the rules that has been set forth. And those rules, to be very clear, as I share my screen, I will say those things, and then I would also talk about the approval from Life Force. That is Kelly giving the approval, giving Ademola the right to, manage Africa and also manage India. So let me share my screen. Okay, I think my screen is now being shared. So quickly, if you come to this place, If you come to this place in the Kringle Cash back office, now this is your account page. If you are going to qualify, these things are the things that your presiding officer will ask you. And in fact, your presiding officer will not just ask you, you will have a Zoom meeting. Sorry about that. Someone is actually close the window. Sorry about that, please. All right. Sorry about that. It's someone that was interrupting. My apologies. Now, as I was saying, this page, those of us who are going to interact with our presiding officers, you'll be asked to provide this to show that you are an active member in our Kringle Private Society. You see, if you are not an active member, if you're not willing to pay the price, if you're not willing to make any change in the world, we are saying that we want to change the world. You have not made any effort. All you just want to do is be in the position of leadership, fundings will come, and then you change your life, and then you change your family. Is that how you're going to change the world? Let me tell you, changing your world, it begins with small, small, little things. In this community, what is asked of you is to be consistent in making a particular effort. It's that simple. However you want to go about it, if you want to bring it for your pocket, that's purely up to you. If you're intending to make informations, interact with people, tell them about it, and then they pay their own, and then you get 50%. That's your own initiative. It's up to you. The system is out there. However you want to go about it, decide on what you want to do. Decide on how you want to go about it. But the truth is that those people who take that initiative and are making efforts and are consistently making efforts and are growing their downline, what is happening is that they are getting 50%, they are putting food on their table, and at the same time, they are promoting the system to move forward. If you, as an individual, is looking for a position that matters in this community, then you should be willing to pay the price. This is all that I'm asking of you. Please, I'm on a broadcast, please. So, as I was saying, this is one of the basics that will be required of you. If you're going to interact with your presiding officer, he will ask you of this. Now, the other thing that he's also going to ask of you is when you come here on call team, sorry, the call team is actually loading. Okay, so now the call team has finished loading. We are also going to ask you of this on the call team. Now, on this call team, this is the kind of payment you made. Now, the time you made the payment and when it expires. We want to also see this content. As a matter of fact, on this particular page, for instance, I'm going to pick myself. Now, for instance, I'm actually on the call team, and I think it's still loading. Okay, it's just finished loading. Now, on the call team, now this is my name. This is my content. Now, it's very likely also that your presiding officer may ask you to make a screenshot of this to be sure that you are really on the call team. Now, at this point, we want to fill out regional, we want to fill out states. Now, when we are coming into local government area, well, those of us who are not paying 8 grains of gold or on the billionaire level, maybe we can put into consideration, we can put you into consideration. But at this point, we are bringing in the best. It's meritocracy. We have to abide by that simple principle called meritocracy. So we are doing the part we can to make sure that we bring in the best, because this is leadership. And if you're going to be the government that will be taking over the present system, you have to be very diligent and you have to be up and doing. Now, the only way to judge how well you're doing is how well you have managed this little business that has been put before you. Because he that is faithful in small things will also be faithful in big things. because big things are about to kick off. Now, finally, before I'll call it quits, this is the update that came. Now, this is PGSD. Now, this was the information that came in yesterday, and I'm going to just talk about it very briefly, and I'll call it quit for today. Now, you can see it, PGSD. Now, we have quite a few groups looking to create assemblies that are affiliated with cryptocurrency groups. We welcome new members and assemblies to this movement. It is also very important to understand that there is a zero tolerance policy towards groups that use an assembly to market their programs or to market their programs to assemblies and life force. So what does this actually imply? It simply means in this Kringle private society, as a member in the community, your responsibility is to make sure that you perform optimally as a government in life force. Now, it's a free will universe, okay? And at some point, fundings will come in. And when fundings come in, it's your fundings, it's your money, it's your salary. You are to decide how to go about it. If you choose to use your salary to do whatsoever you want, it's up to you. But there are people who want the success of the Kringle private society. So therefore, some of them or all of them are going to make some contributions in building the Kringle private society. And that's because we also have our food subsidy center program to accomplish across the world. And it's actually a beautiful thing where you would enjoy a 50% discount. We are not in the coin market cap, so you would not say that we are on the public domain. We are a private system with our private medium of exchange. And we have agreed to make sure that we lift humanity out of the morass of poverty. That's it. It's as simple as that. So we are not going to come into the into Life Force, and then with Life Force we are now promoting TBC. No, that's not what we are doing. There are two different programs. Sometimes you can have 3 programs, 4 programs, 5 programs. You could be doing so many things at a time. It's left for you. You are to manage your time and manage the resources at your disposal. So it's purely up to you on how you want to go about it. Well, if you ask me, I am in Life Force to work for Nigerians. That's what I'm doing. No more, no less. But if I am working in a particular organization and I am paid my salary, am I to tell my organization how I spend my salary? I don't think so. I spend my salary how it pleases me, provided I don't harm a third party or a second party. I am doing it, I am happy, and whoever around me is also happy. It's as simple as that. Now, finally, rounding off, we have 3 liaisons currently for different regions. The first one is Susanna K. That is from North New York for Haiti. Susanna K from New York. She's actually in charge of Haiti. Another person, the Dominican Republic and the okay. This lady, Susanna K, she's from New York and she's managing Haiti, Dominican Republic, and the Caribbean. Now the other person is Ade, which is Ademola. He is managing Africa and India. And then finally, Melissa Pinto is handling Latin America. So we are still growing, we are still expanding. There are a whole lot of things that will happen over time. And at some point, it will be too huge for Ademola to handle. So he may need to bring in trusted hands that will also help in making it a success. That's the truth. He may need to arrange with Africans, arrange with Indians, build people of trusted character, and then work with them. The whole concept is building teams. As simple as that. Ade is also a member in the community and he has learned how to build teams. He's also a good network marketer. So those things are very easy for him, So if you have questions, how to keep your crypto business, if you have questions about how to keep your crypto business separate from Life Force assemblies, our liaisons will be able to assist you or we'll be happy to assist you. So thank you for respecting this policy, and we look forward to working with these new assemblies. Kelly, it ended by saying Kelly. So it's actually Kelly that put this here. So in conclusion, everybody in the Kringle Private Society, beware that your responsibility is to serve humanity, serve Nigeria, while you are members in the Kringle, in Life Force. And then we agree unanimously to also build TBC, so that apart from the fact that Life Force is helping humanity, possibly through a good number of us, we are also furthering the cause by building food subsidy centers and doing a whole lot of things to make ourselves relevant to this community at large. So if you are here and you are listening, please, I would strongly advise, do your part to follow the right way. This is all I'll ask of you. Do your part to follow the right way. Do not go contrary to what has already been stipulated. So if you have not yet joined the orientation class, please reach out to your presiding officer, provided you are active in the community. Reach out to your presiding officer. Your presiding officer will guide you on what to do. I am also in touch with most of these presiding officers, and those who are not aware will also get to know, All right, sorry about that. Sorry about the background noise. I can't help the matter. So I hope that next time I'll be aware of background noise. All right, quickly, let me end it. Admin is actually in my meeting. Interesting. Let's hear what he has to say. Admin is not selecting the presiding officers of the assemblies. He is selecting a leader to gather 30 members from our database to set up an assembly. Now, this is what the administration is saying, and I believe I am following the protocols. The presiding officers were already selected by the group of 30. The group of 30 came together and they selected their presiding officers. Admin is clearly saying he didn't select himself. He picked up a person, and those people brought up 30. As I speak to you, I'm in touch with Lagos State, the presiding officer. As I speak to you, I'm in touch with Nasarawa State, the presiding officer. As I speak to you, I'm in touch with Port Harcourt, which is River State, the presiding officer. As I speak to you, I'm in touch with Imo State. I'm in touch with Abia State. I'm in touch with Ogun State. I'm in touch with Osun State. I'm in touch with Oyo State. And I'm in touch with Delta State. These are presiding officers that came together, 30 assembly members, as the case may be. Some are not up to 30. But they came together and they made a vote. And whoever was most qualified was picked up. And I am working with them. It's that simple. Okay? All right. So let's keep moving. Admin said the 30 will vote on who they want as a presiding officer, which I've already explained. All right, so I believe that everybody has watched or will watch this video, and you all know that everything that has been put out by the administration is exactly what I'm following. And anything contrary, well, in my opinion, I'm not a rebel. I'm not very good at rebelling against an existing system, especially a system I have believed in for about and over 5 years. So I'm far from doing anything contrary. So admin, be rest assured that we're making things happen. That's all I can say. All right, on that said, Paulinus Onovo, he said, this is my great leader. Well, it's by the grace of God. Now you are leading us well. Thank you very much. God bless our TBC admin. And God bless you. God bless us. God bless Life Force. God bless everything. Presiding officers do not need to ask for KCBO screenshots as proof of payment. Well, administration has said that presiding officers do not need to. Well, I think that those of us that are active in the Kringle Private Society, you would reflect in the presiding officer's page. So those of us who are listening, well, you don't need screenshots. You can put that aside. It's not necessary. The administration says it's not necessary. So let's abide by the law. The people who are active in the community will reflect in the assembly page. Of course, if you're not active, you won't reflect. So I did my part. The administration has corrected it. So let everyone take note of that. All right. On that said, Adisa says, well done. And Polino says, welcome, TBC admin. All right, I think this will be all. These are the whole contents that I've seen so far. And I think I looked at this, was you. All right, so I'll be coming away again some other time. So in conclusion, those presiding officers that would want to interact with me, and then I submit the information to Ademola. All that is required is check through your assembly and then pick out the active ones, arrange it in the template that has been sent forth, send them to me, and then I submit it to Ademola. As soon as you do so, you get the link for the orientation classes. Begin the orientation classes, and I wish you well. After the orientation classes, then leaders are selected. Remember that there are 16 committees. So those 16 committees for Nigeria, the leaders will be selected, and it's going to be purely based on how well you perform in the exams or in the orientation class. So I will stop here. Every other information will be made known later on. If you have any concerns, do well to reach out to me. Do well to click on, there is a link below. Click on the link and you'll see my number there. You can reach out to me and then I can guide you on what and what you need to know. All right, on that said, thank you very much. Till I come your way again some other time. Cheers and God bless you. I was hoping that the national coordinator for Life Force will be present for my meeting because I actually invited him. But I think he's indisposed. Maybe he's very busy because he's a very busy man. But for everyone who came in to watch this broadcast, I'm very grateful. So do well to like, do well to share, do well to subscribe if you haven't done so. Till I come your way again some other time. Thank you very much. And God bless each and every one of us. Bye for now.